Hi guys, my name is Elizabeth Rowling, and today I'm going to talk to you about plant cloning. And as you can tell by the title, where I said a bio question, there's a lot of different opinions that goes hand in hand with this topic, and we're gonna get into them, so don't even worry. First, what is plant cloning? Well, plant cloning is when scientists take the genes out of a wild plant and create or add it to a domestic plant. The reason why scientists would go out of their way to do this is so that the new plant can have the desirable genes that are from the original plant. Some of the genes could be resistance to disease, resistance to insects, or resistance to weather. How was it discovered? Well, plant cloning has been done since 500 BC when it was discovered that when you take seeds from the best crop and then replanted them, then you had better results like every time you did it. This was first done with corn and then came trials with many other plants and crops. Then, fast forward to 1860s when Gregor Mendel and Charles Darwin developed the idea into a more possible way to clone. How does it work? Well, technically, anyone could clone a plant by simply cutting a leaf off or taking a clone and replanting it. This is called leaf cutting, but there are several other ways to clone that can be done by people, such as budding. A plant is like the bud of a plant is taped to an opening in the stem of another plant and it can hopefully grow from it. And plant division is another one where plants like ferns are divided at the roots and regrown separately. However, after animal cloning was introduced with the experiment in 1897 with Dolly the sheep that we all know and love, the idea that plants could be altered at the seed became a reality. This idea was called hybrid plant cloning. Hybrid plant cloning happens when you splice the DNA and then cross-pollinate the two different plants to create a new modified seed. How is it beneficial? This is a very important discovery because this makes a way to preserve plants that would normally go extinct. Their traits can now live on and be modified to be a better version of the original. Plants will also be produced faster, which will result in more food to feed the public. Even if more plants are cloned, then people will use less pesticides, which will overall help the environment because it can be harmful to animals and plants. We do have issues with it because some people think that plant cloning is totally fine, while others believe that it's has some things that people need to discuss. And as you can see, I put more people underneath that it is fine because a lot of people are more towards it than those who are against it. The problem that people see is that the genetic diversity will go down since all the plants will be copies and the adversities will go away. And this can stop them from being able to fight off different weather changes that happen or storms like tornadoes. This won't surprise me, but another reason why people don't like it is for the aesthetic purposes and that all the flowers and plants and things will look the same, so there won't be diversity with that. But back to the serious concern is that the natural evolution of the plants will be tampered with and it'll be thrown off course. The defense for this is for people who they don't really care about the aesthetic, that's not what everyone's really going for. It's more for the food and having enough so that people can eat. The clone plants will be able to take on the way the old plants fought the weather, and they should be able to survive the new things that happen. As far as evolution goes, the plants will always be open to more modifications if necessary. Is it advancing? Plant cloning is being tested continually to make sure that it is safe for all parties involved and that it is providing what it should. The scientists keep insects and animals in mind as they find new modifications. The studies focus on how to make sure that hybrids breed true, which means the important developments won't get lost as the plant grows and they will keep the identical traits from the parent. This is saying that it won't get lost as it grows up. So if the seed is put to where it can grow really big corn, then as it grows that won't be lost, that the corn will still be grown big as it goes. Scientists are trying to accomplish this by making haploid cells turn to diploid cells and then turn to no sexual recombination so that they won't need that egg and sperm trio anymore. Which side do you choose? Plant cloning is helping people, but it still needs to be altered in different ways to live up to the potential in a safe and healthy way. After reading both concerns and ethical opinions, will it alter how you feel, or do your feelings stay the same? Just something I'm interested in about to hear. This is my Works Cited page. I hope you guys enjoyed my presentation and learned a lot about plant cloning.